If you're running an executive search practice, you're spending 20 to 40 minutes per submittal writing candidate bios. That's hours per week that you could be spending on actually recruiting. What if it took 90 seconds instead? Let's break this down. You're doing interview notes manually, 5 minutes after that call, making sure that context inside of your CRM. You're then spending the time writing that presentation, which on average takes 15 to 45 minutes depending on the role that you're looking to fill. Formatting, Q&A, another 5 minutes. So you're spending anywhere from 30 to 60 minutes per candidate doing this stuff manually today. If we think about this from a dollar impact perspective, at $250 an hour billing rate, that's $125 to $230 per presentation in your own time. If you place 5 to 10 candidates a month, that can be $6,000 to $25,000 in annual admin time. You're not running a recruiting firm. You're running a typing shop at that point. Before CoRecruit, key stats that we've heard from our clients today is that submittal or presentation prep would take them 20 to 30 minutes per candidate. With CoRecruit, it takes 5, maybe 10 minutes. That's approximately a 75% time saving from real customers filling out real data. The reality is, executive search is not transactional recruiting. You're placing one person out of a time. That narrative matters. Your client is paying for the story you tell and why this is a perfect candidate. The story has to be right. But your consultants can't think strategically if they're writing every presentation by hand. They can't source the next candidate while documenting the last one. They can't focus on client relationships when they're in Word doing clerical work. Generic note-taking tools also don't understand the context inside of search. Call recording alone doesn't help when it just gives you a transcript. Maybe you dump that into ChatGPT to try, but you still have to write it up manually. Or again, when you're putting this into a chatbot generated submittal, it reads like a chatbot wrote it. Your client notices, and candidly, your candidates deserve better. So step 1, the call. Search consultants interviews candidates on products like CoRecruit. CoRecruit records that call, generates a transcript, no bot joining if need be. It's a clean recording. You can focus on that human-to-human relationship. Step 2, AI does the heavy lifting. The intelligence listens to that candidate call, extracts the key things that you want to track, like background, experience, motivation, fit for the role, compensation expectations, timelines, technical qualifications, and more. That's not just transcription. That's extracting a narrative. In step 3, it actually gets you the information you're looking for. So not only then does the AI draft the first draft of your candidate presentation that you're sending out, including things like the candidate bio, a summary in 90 seconds, generating all that context for you with beautiful candidate header profiles, the executive summary, motivations, and potential concerns as well. But we make sure that all of that context also gets back inside of your source of truth. So that when you're done that call and you're leveraging Encore, Top Echelon, Ezekiel, or any of the other beautiful tools inside of executive search, you can make sure that that context ends up back inside of your database. So for whatever reason, if that candidate's not a perfect fit for your client, you have all that context top of mind to use for your next role by searching through your database. In step 4, it's just the last 10% of our favorite 10-80-10 principle. The consultant takes 1 to 2 minutes to review the draft and make a couple tweaks, right? Adding a couple specific stories or examples that they thought might be best prepared, adjusting positioning for the specific context of the client, highlighting unique experience points, removing anything that doesn't fit, right? This is your voice. We're handling the structure and the typing. We just want to make sure that you're adding that final step to make sure it's ready for you to send out. Step 5, we send it off to the client. Everything's inside of their ATS as a PDF or Word doc for them to use. The entire workflow done in 90 to 120 seconds through AI work, 1 to 2 minutes of consultant's review. saving you 90-95% of your time that used to be taking you 30 to 45 minutes of work. Today, talking to our customer base, average placements per month, probably about 6 candidates. Time per submittal takes about 35, so they're currently spending about 3.5 hours a month. With AI, that's less than 20 minutes per month. That's time freed up of 3.5 hours minimum that you can start to be using. That's over 40 hours a year just doing some of this basic work. And from the clients that we're working with on average, they're even seeing that jump up to 8 hours per recruiter per week just based on these time savings alone. So if you start asking yourself, well, what is my team going to start doing with all this free time they're getting back? Well, we actually surveyed that across our customer base. And 65% of users say that they've used that saved time to source more candidates, whether that's through their internal database, now that context is actually updated for them, or going through those external sources. Let's do this in a real world example. A search firm of 5 consultants doing 6 placements per month, previously spending about 17.5 hours a month per person on some of this admin work. After this change is spending 1 hour per month. That's 16.5 hours of time freed up that you can start shifting to higher leverage tasks like sourcing. Your placement rate can start to increase in theory from 6 to 8. That's an annual impact of 24 more placements a year. And again, if we do some basic rough math here, at $15,000 a placement, again, unless you're getting really up there in those CFO rules, that could be an extra $360,000 a year in incremental revenue. That's real immediate ROI. So this drives well beyond time savings. That's better candidate positioning, leading to higher placement rates. Consultants can actually customize a narrative for each client. Candidates feel heard. Their story is accurately told, and clients get a professional, consistent submittal every single time. The reality in the market is executive search is commoditizing. Clients want to know why you, not just who you found. So your presentation is your sales document. It's really your pitch. Speed is such a key advantage. If you're handwriting a lot of these client presentations at midnight before the client meeting, you're losing. If you can turn a call into a polished presentation in 2 minutes or less, you have time to think about your strategy. You have time to make sure it's not just AI jargon using these chatbots as well. Your best consultants want to recruit. They don't want to type. Tools that get them back to work that they actually love helps retain those top team members. Tools that free them up more time to source, that helps their commission go up and everyone's happy. Which means from your client's perspective, automated doesn't mean cheap looking. The presentation looks professional. It reads like it was crafted for them. It gets there faster, and that matters in search. Doesn't this lose that human touch? Candidly, the answer is no. The consultant is still writing. They're just eliminating the typing and the formatting. The consultant has more time to think about positioning. The presentation is more personalized because the consultant isn't rushed. Other things you might be thinking are, will AI get the candidate details wrong? The answer is, our AI is trained based on search firms' best practices. Consultants reviews, customize every presentation. You help control what goes out. It's not automated for you. It's just building that structure and foundation, a part of that 10-80-10 principle. That last 10% still matters. Will this work inside of our ATS? The answer is yes. We work with across 40 different ATS platforms. This syncs all that call data back into your candidate profile within your CRM instantly. So if you're running an executive search firm and you're still spending 45 minutes per presentation, you're leaving money on the table. If you're still trying to toss a transcript into ChatGPT to give it the best effort, you're losing context because you're missing 91% of the conversation your team has, depending on the conversation channels they're doing it with. So many teams are doing this over the phone today, and that's valuable data that's getting missed out on. You're burning consultants' time, you're slowing down placements, you're competing with your hands tied behind your back. So if you want to change it, try it for free for 7 days.